You cannot make a good physique by functional. Like you just don't need to always push yourself.
Tell me how many doctors, they say, what do you eat? Or how much you sleep? Every patient cure is a customer lost, protein bars. So supposedly to be healthy foods, they have a score of like 11 out of 100 or 15 out of 100. But you see healthy food or cereal, if you scan some cereal, it's 25, 30, you say, oh, this is supposed to be healthy. They put them in the healthy section. Yeah. Are you kidding me?
It's nonsense.
What if the next breakthrough is not something new, but something forgotten?
In a world full of noise, confusions, and distractions, we are slowing down to decode what really matters.
It's your space to decode health, wealth, mindset, and ancient wisdom with the real talk and science. I'm Anuj Vats, your holistic coach, thinker, and seeker. And this is Vats Code.
So welcome to Vats Code.
Thank you for having me.
So I will be literally asking, like, you just literally grow up in the gym in Italy with the father, and how was that? I just want to go to the back to the origin story, like.
Well, it was just easy for me. I always been facilitated because of that, because I had my grandmom that was a fitness trainer. My dad was also a fitness trainer. So I literally grew up in a weight room, like seeing my dad doing classes, and also spending time in the weight room. He was doing at that time both things, say aerobic training, which was very popular at that time, unfortunately so. And then we also had the weight room where I always preferred to be inside. So yeah, it was since really childhood, I was there, not just at the gym, but playing sports, especially like football, basketball, all the sports, and cycling. It was very easy to me. I grew up with that mentality. I grew up doing physical activities in South Italy, and so that was very easy then to start my fitness journey. It's always been not a journey, but part of my life. Yeah.
So as you said, like it was mostly you were in the fitness, in the gym and all that. Like what was a motivation for you, kind of like it's just being you feel good when you're doing the workout, or it's just you have seen father, grandmother was just doing those things, so you want to replicate them? So what was the inspiration? And somehow,
yes, it wasn't really an inspiration, because it's literally what I saw every day. I was seeing every day my dad doing exercise in front of the TV, like in the morning push-ups, and we were doing abs together. My grandmom the same. And also, most important thing, we were active, not just the gym, but as I said, we use still now to walk a lot in South Italy. So you walk literally tons of steps every day, which also helps you to to have healthy body, to be fit. So walking, doing cycling, hiking, all these things were part of my life and still are. I mean, still would be if I wasn't there. And but yeah, the people that close to me, my family that I have there, they still having that lifestyle, not necessarily at the gym. My dad doesn't go to the gym anymore, but he cycles, he swims, he hikes, he does a lot of activities, which is pretty easy in a place like South Italy to do compared to big cities like Dubai or Singapore or Melbourne, where I lived also before. Yeah.
okay, it's a wonderful story as you grow up. It's real fitness. It's what I feel like people are missing that, because if people think like it's okay, we just hit the gym for 90 minutes or 60 minutes and then the fitness journey is done. And you had to really feel that kind of a feeling to be having a journey of a having healthy lifestyle. It's not just you just pay for the personal training, you just have a hit for 60 minutes and done. You are having a core abs, and then the strict diet goes with you for 1 month, and afterwards you cannot follow up. It's a lifestyle. I feel like that's what you are living.
Absolutely. I mean, it's sorry if I interrupt you, but that's actually the way I've been brought up. I never seen fitness as a hobby or as, okay, I have to go 1 hour at the gym because I have to do it or I have to diet. No, for me, I mean, eating has always been easier because I've always been picky as a person. So I always ate, simple food, real food. Yeah, well, when I was younger, maybe I was eating more sugars, more carbs. In Italy, you eat pasta, you eat pizza. But then obviously I improved my nutritional also with the course of the years, when the years and the experience, you always obviously learn to eat better and all of that. But as you said, yeah, to your point, very important. You have to see fitness as a lifestyle. It must be part of everybody's lifestyle, because if you don't have physical health, okay, not just physical but mental health, then you cannot achieve in any other fields in life. It's very important to be physically health and also mentally health, which comes from obviously training, nutrition, sleep, and all those things. So yeah, the lifestyle should be everyone goal. I know it's not easy for people who have desk job and things, but try to think, all right, I have to find the time to just to move for movement, not just going to the gym, just for movement, even a simple walk, some mobility exercise, some simple push up in the morning, and then maybe a night, a good night of sleep, or all those things that help to facilitate.
I always say my clients also, like, as you are saying, the same thing. Like, okay, stand for after half an hour. Just don't sit on the desk for like 4 to 5 hours, not even moving their eyes, not even moving their head, just being like we can say a guinea pig, just sitting on the same table and not even moving. That affects actually, because our body is for moving. What I always get to know about till now, but wonderful. Like what you are living is like kind of a thing which is a great inspiration.
Thank you.
That's why I wanted you should share more with us. So this is something I want to ask. Like, as been you have been mostly travel all over the world, kind of a thing, and been training like in Australia, in Italy, in Thailand, and Singapore, I think so.
Yes.
Also, and now you're in Dubai. Can you just tell us some glimpse about those places, like what you were up to, and also I want to know why did you choose Dubai at the last.
Well, I traveled, like I left, say, South Italy when I was 24. I believe at 23, 24. I went to North Italy to work, and I didn't have time at that age to go to the gym. But I was still training every morning. As soon as I woke up, water first thing, and then I was doing my half an hour. I had small weights, half an hour of push-ups, core exercise, mobility exercise. I never stopped doing that, even when I couldn't actually go to the gym. So that was my first step out of my, say, hometown. And then I went back to South Italy, and I decided to travel to Australia just to have a trip, and end up staying in there for almost 5 years. I liked the place. I learned the language of English. I couldn't speak a word in English when I firstly moved to Australia. Then I learned the language, and I started to do what I love, which is coaching and training, etc. Thereafter, once I learned the language, and Australia was again amazing because fitness was easy to do literally anywhere. Weather is pretty beautiful all year long, so you find a lot of calisthenic fitness park outside, so you don't really need a gym. You can have sprints outdoor, you can have long walks, you can do pull-ups and lunges in the park or whatever. It's very, very simple. And I always then had my own weights for my own workout. But I can tell you, like, mostly my 20s was until the 30s was body weight training and lightweight training. Then I'll come up with everything else when I add kettlebells and weights and everything.
So kettlebell comes from any of your like family members, or
kettlebells,
you just suddenly how the kettlebell comes in your life?
No, to be honest, when like we had the weight room at that time in Italy, there was no kettlebells in there at the time. It was not even popular. So my background is mainly with dumbbells and barbells, and then there was a machine which I never really liked. But it was weight training with dumbbells, basically, okay, which help, again, better than anything for to develop a good body and with functional training, right? Then kettlebell came later on when I was between Thailand and Singapore. I was traveling at that time. Then I moved to Singapore after Australia. And that's when I started learning kettlebells and then being passionate about it, buy kettlebells, practicing, taking workshops in Thailand and then learning and make like 90% now of part of my trainings. And probably the best tool you can use in fitness. And I will tell you why. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm literally curious, like as you think, like people having that kind of that's how it works. Like progression method works, the people become bigger because of that. I'm not denying any of these things, but don't you face any challenges because when you switch to the kettlebell, so the muscle and everything goes down, or you have more functional and that kind of thing? But I'll be curious, like what the people have in their mindset if they go to more functional area, they lose the muscle mass and they do so that.
This is a myth. I mean, this is like literally BS. I mean, I never believed that. I actually develop better shoulders and better overall body using kettlebell, because you can use at home like a 40 kg kettlebell. You can use even a 50, 60 kg kettlebell for single leg deadlift, for lunges. Try to do a goblet squat or rack squat using 224 or 228 kettlebell. I can guarantee you that it's harder than having a barbell load on your back with 150 kg if you hold two kettlebells 24 front, because it works your core, it works the full body. Okay, and again, your body does not know the weight you're lifting. Your body does know the overload. The overload can be achieved even with body weight if you know your body, if you know how to work on your muscle. Maybe you can increase the reps, you can slow the tempo down. Okay? You can work in supersets, trisets, or isometric contraction, especially with the kettlebell. You can slow the tempo, you can increase the sets. Even with the 8 kg kettlebell or 12 kg kettlebell, you can achieve muscle. You see bodybuilders, they also are good at building muscle, even with light weights. You build muscle when you go, obviously you eat enough protein and you go in caloric surplus, okay? But then you have to be good at progressively overload those muscles. It doesn't matter the weight. The weight is more, again, for strength, for someone that wants to compete, say Olympic lifting or any other competition, but not for building muscle. Is so many ways. You see calisthenic athletes, they have one of the best bodies, shape. They are ripped as hell, and they probably never lift weights. You know, they also train legs now doing calisthenics, with maybe sissy squats or lunges. They know how to train legs as well. There is some calisthenic athletes before, they have impressive upper body, but not really good lower body. Now they know how to train the lower body properly. You see also gymnasts, best bodies. Yes, they spend sometimes in the weight room, of course, but most of those bodies are built doing progressive load, isometric exercise, and other things that help to facilitate muscle growth. So kettlebell to me is the best tool because it builds muscles while works on the functionality of your body. Think about moving in 3 planes of motion, the way as humans are meant to move, not working just in a sagittal planes of motion on a machine. That doesn't help. I mean, that can help for a rehab or for some isolation exercise, which are good for bodybuilding. Yeah. But think about longevity. Okay? You need to move in 3 different planes of motion. That's all it matters. You are very good at doing like primal movement, gymnastics, all those things, and that's the goal. Like
that's a freedom, you can say.
Freedom.
Like that's a human.
When you're 60, 70 years old, you want to sprint still, right? You want to touch your toes. You want to say not having lower back pain or moving and rotating and do whatever functional move, everyday move, perform everyday move without pain. And that's the ultimate goal. These people still, again, my dad is an example. He's 63, does so many still crazy things. But I know even people are 75, 80, they still playing beach volley, and they're still doing, hiking and swimming, and they're super healthy. Their body look good. That's the ultimate goal to me. Yeah.
So it's like, again, I come back to the same thing. Like as we were talking about, you have been travel most of the world. Like what were the base country according to you when you were in working out? Like in which country? Like you in Australia, and like Singapore. Now in Dubai, how you come to Dubai, like, and how you like this in Dubai is a fitness industry, or either the country matters, just because many times, as I'm from Asia, uh, our culture is to move also, but in cities people are not moving so much. It's a big traffic, and people are sitting in the car and doing the desk job all day. My mom and dad lives in mountains. I'm lucky. When I grew up, I just pushed them to go to mountains, and they are anyhow
amazing,
anyhow they're completing 15,000 steps. I told them, like, you have to do it. Father hits the gym, he do the handstands, pull-ups till
amazing.
Mom also is like continuously doing all the breath works and all these things, and I learn from them also. But this is something what I want that they should go. But you think that country matters, society matters, or the family matters, What you think, according to, because you have traveled a lot of like all the world, and people are curious, like maybe I should be in Europe, I will be much fitter than I am in somewhere, so that's why.
No, that's that's the biggest. It sounds like excuses to me, like it's
For
excuses.
me
Like
too.
sometimes people blame again the genetics, they blame the country they are, they blame the job, they blame so many other things. I can tell you, my lifestyle has never changed since I was a child. I mean, well, I improved in things like training regime and nutrition and sleep, other things. I keep trying to learn, improve things. But my lifestyle has always been the same. Whether I've been in Thailand, in Singapore, in Australia, obviously there is places where it's more comfortable, say, to go to the gym. Like say Dubai, right now it's very hot outside. It has the best fitness facilities in the world by far. Okay. Singapore comes second in fitness facilities. But if I have to tell you, for me, I prefer to train the most in Thailand because I could train literally at the beach 12 months per year. And also, I was going to the gym. Most of the gym had an outdoor area. So you work in that kind of jungle climate, you sweat, you release endorphins. It's funny. It's more like, heavy training, hard training without being in your comfort zone. Okay. Well, Dubai as fitness facilities is probably the best. But again, now I'm going to fitness facilities, as you know. But in the winter time, I carry my kettlebells in the car. My clients know as well. And I stop in the park, and we have session in the parks around here, or at the beach, or wherever, in the garden at home. I train the most when the weather is pleasant. So yeah, also Dubai is a good place. Unfortunately, we don't have those 12 months where you can train outdoor, which you could, well, either in Thailand and Singapore. Singapore has also beautiful fitness facilities, but again, it allows you to train a lot outside. You asked me the question before, how I ended up in Dubai. I mean, at that time I was pretty well in Thailand. I was doing well, and COVID happened. So I had to go back to Italy because everything closed where I was in Phuket, and I couldn't work anymore. There was no tourists, there was no money anymore. So I had to move back to Italy for a few months after a long time I was abroad. And after a few months in Italy, I had the opportunity, someone called me, saw what I was doing, like in my previous experience, and called me to open a fitness studio here, which I helped to bring up. And then I had an offer for a company, like group training company. And then I started in Dubai that way. Until then, I kept doing my thing, which is coaching, like as a freelancer on my own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like wonderful saying what I understand from your words. Like, you can train if you really want to, because what I see in Dubai, as I'm living in Dubai, I'm also in the fitness field, and I'm seeing people. It's the best facility ever, but still people are unfit, and it's a gym literally every end, but still the people are not walking.
Yes.
So I feel the same thing. It depends upon wherever you are, you can just do it. But yeah, some facilities help you, some countries help you, societies help you, uh, and some you need to take your will. It's all depend on you.
Yeah, absolutely. As I said before, it's about your mindset, right? In Dubai, even if you don't have, let's say that we don't have the fitness facility, and you are in the winter here. In the winter, is so many beautiful places and parks, perfectly clean fitness corner where you can have a workout. You can have even like 5 sets of 10 push-up, 5 sets of 10 pull-ups. If you cannot do pull-ups, you do inverted rows or something else. You do 100 walking lunges. You're done for a day. But as you said, people don't see that as things to do. They have to be accountable. So pay for a membership, go to the gym, find the time to go to the gym. That's why they get stuck in that routine. So for me, and then for the people around me, has become like an habit it has to be a habit to just wake up in the morning. First thing I have to get done, a workout. If I cannot do in the morning, I will find another time of the day when I have to work out. If that day I cannot work out, I try maybe to get my steps in, which is very, very, very important thing. Like, just movement. That's all it matters. Done with consistency. I can tell you, people probably won't believe me, but it's been probably more than 25 years. I never had more than one day rest. Never, like complete rest. you know me. I was in the gym.
I was
with a-
literally
with
going to
a
say
hard-
that.
Yeah.
I was I was seeing this guy, and he had a surgery in the shoulder, guys, and he was literally with the shoulder surgery with one hand there, and he was training the single legs. I like literally, it's his second day. You just had a yesterday surgery, and he was like, yeah, need to push. I think recovery will be faster. And he came regularly with that bandage. Like, oh, it was awesome actually to see that.
Yeah, it's again, it's probably that is something. Probably 5%, 10% is in the genetics of my family. But again, when I say rest or I stay completely
I
still,
literally want if one of a video you have that, I want to show you guys. I was training with that bandage.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
literally inspiration.
it, it's more than inspiration. It's something like I really feel that I need those dopamines and endorphins, which are healthy endorphins. People sometimes look for endorphins again in alcohol or junk food, someone in drugs or whatever, or watching, say, Netflix or anything. For me, the endorphins that I need to release, especially after my 30s, is I need to work out. I need to, even small workout. I don't need to really kill myself, but even go to the gym, and when I cannot do much, sit on a machine, do some extension, something, that helps me and that makes me feel good that I've done something. It's just releasing those endorphins, which then improves the aspect of my day, the whole day. So best way to me is always morning, but if you cannot get done in the morning, find a way to get it done in another time of the day. Yes, that's the way. For me, it's just part of me is like eating. Workout is the same thing. So eating, drinking water, working out, sleeping. Workout is part of my life. It has always been.
So as I've been listen now, just now, and even I know it's been more than 25 years. You are already in fitness, and although you can say you are from childhood, it just start moving yourself, and you are start seeing your dad, grandmother was moving and all that. So how you see the fitness evolved like in this all years, and how you see like what the social media part is now, which is good or bad, or how you see what literally changes you have seen in these years, and is it good, is it bad? um,
Well, that's a good question. There is different, approach to that. Like there is so many advantages now. Fitness is much easier and more accessible to everyone. Okay, but also there is so many again, junk stuff around online that confuse people and probably even push people away from fitness because they get so confused and then they go stuck because they don't know what to do. All right, but on the other end, there is so much good content. If you see, even let's take YouTube for example. 5% of YouTube is free university, all right? Like Elon Musk says, is free university. Like there is so many good contents about not just fitness, but everything. You can learn things, but obviously it's hard to go and find the right one. And then, especially after COVID, there is so much junk around where people just post anything. And and people believe whatever they post. That's also another problem. But yeah, there is pros and cons. So I prefer from a like a side, I prefer the old school fitness, when again people were exercising whatever they had. That's why I learn. You can exercise even in a forest, you grab or you hang on the trees, you pull yourself up, you sprint in the jungle, or you work out at the beach. You see, I'm very like happy when I work out at the beach. I do so many posts about beach workout with mobility training and
I, co- I
core, all these things, right?
as per that, I came from the background of being we were not having a lot of equipments and things, and I had just a park in front of me, and I was taekwondo player. I started the martial arts in a very small age, and then where I was training, just a morning in a park, I was running, taking my friend, put on me, okay, just sit on me. He was like more
Amazing.
than 70 kg. I was 45 that
That's the real
yeah.
functional training, right?
Then I was running for 1 kilometer, doing duck walks, and you just have the functional bar of jungle bar kind of a thing. That was the
Amazing.
only thing which was there for equipment for practicing and all that. So most of my life I was training in the parks, and from there only was the journey to win the South Asians and the international. All goes from there actually. So it's just all reflect back how it is.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't be more agree. Like the best training is the one like improvised that you do outside, the one that we were doing when we were kids. Unfortunately, now the generation now has to go to facilities, perfectly clean, like dress properly for the fitness. No, it's not like that. We, again, yes, I literally grew up in a weight room, but most of my time was playing outside as well with my friends, playing football and climbing on trees and cycle from point A to point B, or running, sprinting around like the bush, or around, the facilities in there, in the street, literally in the street, as you said, like climbing the trees. Also, kids at that time, most of kids at that time were playing that way. And I can see now people that they never done fitness in their life, but they pretty still, healthy.
Yeah.
They play tennis, they play football, they play paddle, because they built those bodies when they were young, when they were kids, learning, playing, again, in the nature, okay,
That's
or
right.
whatever the environment was
Because
offering you. Remember,
as
my motto is the world is my gym.
yeah,
You can train with anything you want. You give me a chair, I'll create a workout for you,
yeah,
right? So that's how it was. Now it's, again, nowadays it's more difficult, because you see kids have iPad and phones and all those things, and they do not play anymore outside, most of the kids.
that's one of the thing. Like as I see, it's a bigger thing. People are being just so much every information is more actually. What I see, like last when I was being growing up, it was no information. What is actually the progression method? What is actually the people are growing the it was very hard to get the information, um, and it was online. You need to have a specific people to study, you need to have books. Now it's literally everything is available online, but the problem is what I felt, people have the lot of information, they are an encyclopedia in their mind, it's sitting there.
Yes.
But the thing is they don't want to use it, and then being practical. And the children's, what I see outside which is coming to me, they need specific clothes, clean things, as you said, uh, good diet. On the first day they need a diet, on the first day they need to change the diet, they need to change everything, best equipments, best things, how to cover up, look good. And the thing is like, okay, the insta should be there and should be done. I'm not hating these things, which is some things which literally influence people, but I feel like that's not a lifestyle. That's not something like it's coming from the real human to be moving.
Exactly. I mean, that's what I was trying to say. I mean, what would you prefer? I ask you a question. Someone, what would you inspire more? Like someone that plays in the mud, and maybe they're fighting in the mud and they're sprinting in the jungle, doing push-up on the beach, or someone who is perfectly clean with like proper dress, taking video and selfies in the gym. And to me, I mean, maybe probably would be inspired from people that go to the gym, pay a membership and do that. But I've been always more inspired by people that train like hell in the nature, in the like difficult circumstances, and they used again the environment as their own gym. And you see also the body, their bodies stays always the same. Like they always rip, they always fit, they don't get too big, they don't get too small, because it's, to me, that's what fitness is meant to be, right?
Yeah, that's a definition for fitness. Like, let's move, rather than just being I'm not against the bodybuilder,
No,
I'm not
absolutely,
against
absolutely.
anyone, I'm not against anyone who is doing the gym. I am in a gym, I love to do be there, I'm not against. But the thing
Likewise.
is, like, people are lifting again the 253, and I'm not against them. I'm just against, like, what's your goal, what do you want, what you are doing exactly. That's a question like people should ask from themselves.
Absolutely, absolutely. Another, thing that I want to talk about is sometimes we see this misconception at the gym that people think that there is, this is very important, is an exercise. Give me an exercise to remove the stubborn fat, or to remove the visceral fat. So I want to be clear, right? Hear me out. There is not, and there will never be an exercise or one exercise that will remove fat from an area of your body. Okay, your fat is stored
Spot reduction.
in different area of your body according to different people, right? So if you have mostly men, we store fats. Say the last part where we lose fat is around the belly, right? I am really a fan of core workout. I've been like, doing core workouts, as you can see on my social media all the time. I love core workouts, but I don't do core workouts because of the shape of my abs. I do core workouts because I believe that the core is the center of gravity of your body, and that helps you to move better and makes you stronger overall and keeps you pain-free. Okay. Then core exercise, mobility exercise, strength training, running, cardio, whatever, all of them together is movement. So they burn calories. But in order to show your abs or to burn the stubborn fats, you need to be obviously in caloric deficit and to, be under those 12, like 15, 12% body fat in order to show the muscle. So again, there is no exercises. Okay, there is better, there is good exercise, amazing exercise, bad exercise, but it's not exercise that burns fat. Okay, this is I have to be, categorically. I want to be, very, very clear. All right. So yeah, that's a very important point that I want to make.
So as we said, like people are more being in as a kid, people are not even using their body, and as in a gym, as we already talk about, people are not moving, or the trainers, I literally respect everyone, but many of them which are taking our name totally get down. So what do you want to put a light on them?
No, again, me too. I respect everyone's job, but especially again after COVID, there was this, trend of, everybody became a trainer. Everyone literally left their job to become a trainer, learning something from social media, go to gym twice a week, 3 times a week, say, okay, I'm a trainer. Well, it's good. I mean, you can do it, but before putting other people, in, say, a risk, I would say, just make sure that you learn at least the basic and, say, the movement and how you can make others better instead of, risking of them to get injured, or, or having postural problem, or other things. And this is very common, especially here in Dubai, which trainers are very popular. And because obviously it's a wealthy place, so it's easy, to for people to afford trainer, which is a very good thing. But again, there is so many misconceptions and so many trainers that have no long time experience, but they do things like maybe there's someone does from 10 years, but they do things like straight away after 1 month without even knowing what they're doing. And I give you an example. Like what sometimes frustrates me is you see a client entering the gym. They never set the foot in the gym before, so they have no idea what exercise is, movement is. Why I see people ask them, what they ask them, just because maybe they are a little bit overweight, or they need to lose weight, why they ask them straight away to jump, to do burpees, to do Russian twist, to hold plank for 2 minutes. They put them doing squats with a barbell on the back or kettlebell swings. Why? I mean, teach them the basic, the movement. Okay. Again, as you said, like a hinge, teach them a war greater stretch. Help them to reach their toes, or to find the coordination to touch the opposite knee with the opposite elbow. Okay, help them to strengthen their core, maybe not with the plank, but with just a simple, a bird dog, or the dead bug, simple exercise or simple variation that can help them with movement. And then from there, you add some weight for, again, the basic. I mean, to me, the best exercise, like functional exercise for everybody, is a lunge, okay, which helps you also with the core, with stability, legs, and everything. And it takes some coordination as well. Teach them with the body weight, because also, like as I said before, even 20 body weight lunges is already a good workout for everybody, for the athlete and for the beginner, right? So teach them those exercise instead of, I see them like sometimes they are dying, they want to die doing like burpees or slamming balls and jumping on boxes. I mean, come on now, they don't need to do IROX, they don't need to go to fitness competition, they don't make money out of fitness. So why they have to do that? You need to help them to improve their lifestyle, to make their body more durable. So
I
my key
always
point.
love this theory, which is, I always say, the convex lens theory. You just make a two circles. Like whenever somebody comes to you, like first circle is there. They tell you about themselves and about their. I was just in one gym just a few days ago. I was just teaching them about the how do you check your clients. and how you literally make them feel that it's not just you are buying a PT, it's they're buying a solution. So it's not just make them feel that they need to pay, make them feel that they're paying for solution. They are. And
Absolutely.
why it happens, I always say, like, there are two circles which makes the people as a personal trainer, or as a holistic coach, or as you need to fill one circle which is full of their needs, what they want, what their mindset says, what they are talking, that
Absolutely.
makes your mind ready what they want, and having a program. And second circle which gives you the information which you are capable of taking it out, like assessments from their body needs, what their body is requirement, their unilateral movements are good or not, and might be they don't need squats, might be they don't need this.
100%.
And then you make that those two circles like together, like, and in beneath you find a convex lens which tells you this is the area, optimal area when you need to work, rather than so much of their goals. Might be their goals are to being a Arnold, so you need to tell them a reality they can work
Absolutely.
according to situation of another circle. And then you start from the point A to point B. Point A is your where you are starting from your body needs, like might be you need to hinge, might be need to train a squat, might be need you to train a
The posture,
just
maybe,
posture. And then that line travels from the one circle to the another towards a goal, and that shows the journey as an optimal journey, that line A to line B. uh,
Absolutely.
it's a simple way. I always explain people like how they can literally make sure that how to plan and how to complete those circles, and redo that every month. Sit with them, talk to them, and that what is a coach do, but that what the fitness trainer should do, as a holistic trainer should do. And it sounds straightly what you are talking, same fits in all those thinking, like moving and having a perfect body needs, making it together, needs and goals, and work together,
Absolutely.
rather
Yeah.
than making them ready for the Arnold press,
Exactly.
or making them ready for the heavyweight
High
champ
rocks.
or high rocks. So that something is like, I always feel people try to put themselves. If I come from the that was also my issue when I was growing up, no, because I came from very aggressive sports, and people come to me, okay, let's train. Then I realized after 6 months only,
We all
no,
had
they
that.
don't need this. But I realized at age of 17 and 18 that, but I feel like still the people are stuck there. People are still stuck to
Yes.
train them. So yeah, absolutely right, actually.
Uh, I mean, I couldn't be more agree. And again, the hardest thing to me as a coach is thinking and putting yourself in the shoes of the client. And this is the hardest thing to do because, well, again, I spent all my life playing sport, doing fitness, doing challenges. So for me, it's easy. For example, even to do a push up on 2 plates or 1 kg, for me, it's easy thing. Sometimes I post crazy stuff. People say, "No, I don't want to do this." I would never ask you to do that. This is what I'm doing for fun,
Yeah.
for a long time. So the hardest thing is just help people with movement and putting yourself in their shoes, because if you are a coach, you're supposed to be fit and healthy. That's supposed to be your life. So for you, it's easy. For a normal person that spends 8 hours on a desk and has never done like activities or sport, it's very hard even reaching their toes or doing 10 simple, like, say, all the 10 simple shoulder tap, say a plank shoulder tap, something simple. A lunge is a hard thing for them.
Yeah.
For us, it's like walking. For them might be something very hard. So
Yeah.
that's, to me, the most difficult part. And then also dealing, as you said, trying to put, again, see what's best for them, because everybody's different. Okay? So try to find what works best for them, whether it's obviously it's like nutrition and exercise, but trying a way to make it enjoyable at the same time, not so like a punishment thing. Okay, they don't have to feel like a punishment, because you need them to create the habit, which takes 6 months, and make that routine, that workout, and that also diet, nutrition, part of their lifestyle. Because if you make them feel this is a punishment, you have to do this because you have to do for 1 month, you have to transform your body. No, that's not how it works for me, right?
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. Like I literally feel like somebody is expressing my words on the place, and I'm really glad that this is coming up. Actually, I'm really glad. Actually, this is needed nowadays. That's why I want to just come up with that question, like how you feel that 25 years in this fitness field, how it's that it's evolved. But wonderful. Thank you for sharing
My
this
pleasure.
wonderful thoughts.
Really,
Actually,
thank you for having me. And
it's I really am.
because I know also your mindset. I know not for long. I know you from not for long, but I know your mindset already. Not the way you work. So and I like it. Yeah.
So one more thing I will be going towards the food now. A hot topic.
Yeah.
A lot of noise for the food is about the vegan. It's about the low carbs. It's about the carnivores or keto. I'm not against anyone. I'm not with anyone at same thing. But I want that you should put a light on them, because you are living a lifestyle with and that's very important. As you said, that the calorie deficit is very much important when you are doing it, and then something which changes you, which gives you a real, you can say, the results. And because what I always say, the people, like, when you are coming to gym, you are coming to me that I am breaking you, and mostly it's my 25% part. Like, most of other parts you are doing, you are rehab, you are sleeping, you are eating, you are walking, and that gives you the result, that gives you the
23 hours.
Yeah.
Out of the hour.
the 1 hour. So what it's mostly depend, and the food is a great part of that. Can you put light on this? Because as I am vegetarian, but I also feel like supplement have a good part, but it's not the only
Yeah.
part. The food is optimal, the main thing, and let's tell and put a light according to you.
So again, as I always say, food is fuel, is everything. Okay, you are what you eat, and then it shows in your performance at the gym, at work, and whatever you do. Because food basically regulates everything, hormones and mood and everything. So whatever you put into your body is gonna show eventually. Okay, so to me, as you said, there is so many diets that you should never be a diet. Okay, to me is the key is eating real, genuine food. That's what matters the most. Obviously, in appropriate quantities, right? Even if you eat, say, if you just eat eggs, you can't eat like 60 eggs a day, but you eat maybe 8 eggs a day. Okay, you just try to be moderate. But the key of everything is eating their food and having the high protein intake daily. I explain you why. Because protein is basically what makes our body work. Okay, and especially like the muscle are made of protein. The hair, the skin, and the eye, everything the functions in the human body is supported by protein. If you don't eat enough protein, you struggle to do everything. If you eat more protein, as a consequence, you're gonna eat less fats and less carbs. Okay, and also protein make you satiated. Now, as you said, you're vegetarian, so for you it's way like harder task to get that quantity of protein daily. Which to me, I always need to be above 200 grams of protein a day, which is not easy. But for me, it's easy the way I eat. But for someone that say doesn't eat meat, it's something really difficult. So at that point, then maybe you help yourself with some supplement, with some protein shake, which, for example, I don't need it most of the time because I eat a lot of eggs, I eat a lot of meats, I eat a lot of things, a lot of Greek yogurt, high protein foods. But for someone that cannot do that, then you can help with the protein shake, or you can find foods that work for you. Maybe there is like a quinoa, which is high in protein, or I don't know, legumes. Okay, chickpeas are very high in protein. Obviously, you need to increase that quantity. But again, if you hit the protein target daily, you will be much more facilitated to lose fat. Okay, the more protein you eat, the less garbage you eat. And then another thing very important I want to talk about is the so-called healthy foods. You go in the supermarket, you see there is a section healthy food, and you see everything is packed, right? Protein bars and protein snacks and this and that. I would avoid those like a plague. Like if you see there is so many apps that can scan foods, and you see those foods, they have basically zero natural ingredients. They're made of like 30 strange name of chemicals ingredients, but high in protein, low carbs, low fat. Who cares? I'd rather put in my body something I know, an egg, a primal like nutrition, and or meat or steak or vegetable or fruit or something that is given by earth, right? Instead of eating a lot of chemicals and a lot of stuff. Well, that should be the last resort. If you can't eat your protein intake daily, then you get maybe a protein bar. Try to get maybe the most natural one, which is hard, but don't get a lot of protein by chemicals. Of course, your body after 1 month, if you eat only those kind of stuff, you will be ripped because maybe you have low calories intake and you have high protein intake. But tell me after 6 months that you eating that junk, what's gonna happen to your body? There's so many people like that had like serious problem in
One of a
guts.
mentor used to say me like, is a great friend, and we also have him in the podcast actually.
Yeah.
That one of his name is like Karan. So he used to tell me about like you can eat shit and you can make a physique. It's not a problem. The problem is what that shit will do after 1 year, what that shit will do after 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, and how you look like.
Absolutely.
Suddenly you are ripped. Okay, how's your hair quality? How's your mental stress? How's your body is developing something? Are your kidneys working very well with that? Is coping up with for after 10 years? So okay, you are ripped now. Okay, you have a good physique, but what you will be
But,
getting after
yes.
that? And I always ask people like, and I always wonder what you want. I literally want at the 100 years doing 100 push-ups in a healthy way rather than doing 100 push-ups just today only.
Yes.
And that's a different. People want today, the results should be now. uh, and that affects, I think so.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't believe in transformation. Like 3 months transformation, 6 months. To me, it's all BS. I mean, what's the point? I mean, you transform someone in 3 months and then comes back after 1 year is more unhealthy and even like more like say overweight than he was before because obviously his mindset and psychology just dropped. You can't put people like under stress that way. Again, strict diet. Okay, eat 1,000 calories a day. Okay, well, you will lose weight maybe 1 month. After 2 months, you will eat double. All right, and you will produce more cortisol level, and you won't sleep. You won't sleep better, and etc. 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 There's so many consequences out of it instead of just eating proper food, genuine food. To me, like I recall like Andrew Huberman
Yeah,
post that I reshare as well. What you should eat is just meats, eggs, fruits, vegetables. Okay, drink coffee, tea, and water. Okay, those are the things, and avoid all those like snacks and chips and tortilla and pasta and pizza. Yeah, you can use the 80-20 rule, right? So 80% of the time you eat like a good boy.
yeah.
Okay, you eat like genuine foods, and then 20% you can have some cheat meal or whatever.
Yeah,
But again, try to keep, if you keep the protein intake high, it would be everything will be much easier because you will feel full, your body will have the right energy, you will see results as well, and that will motivate you more and more. But the strict diets and also the too much intense workouts, they never help. Actually, they backfire. Okay, say I want to again connect now the workouts again to this. Many people, this is another misconception. I see they do like 4 or 5 cardio sessions
yeah,
a week, hit high intensity interval training, 4 or 5 weeks. And then what happens? Okay, this is exactly the opposite because they burn the muscle and they store more fats around the belly
yeah,
because of the cortisol level, right?
yeah,
It's unbelievable. The only thing that helps you facilitates your weight loss is muscle because
yeah,
muscle, okay, is a metabolic tissue, so it needs to burn calories, okay, to maintain itself. When you do a workout, you break the fibers and then you eat protein, you rebuild those fibers, and overnight when you sleep, your body is busy rebuilding those muscles, right?
yeah,
So the more muscle you have, the easier it will be to your body to burn calories, right? Instead, if you burn and do always eat, you burn this muscle. You teach the body to use muscles as a source of energy. Okay, and when you go sleep, nothing happens. You won't burn anything. You actually will store more fat that way.
yeah.
So please, your focus, if you want to lose fat, if you want to lose weight as well, focus on strength training, focus on building muscle, okay? And then you add one cardio session a week is more than enough for your lung and for your heart, okay? Not for burning fat.
But
Okay?
even I say,
Just
you,
walking every day
even I
is
say
the
that
best
walking
thing,
every day is like
the
best.
base of
No,
everything,
yeah, because
the
people
base of
just,
fitness.
yeah, if people walk, their heart is being healthy. People really walk 15,000, 10,000 is okay. WHO says that, but I
Yes.
say 15,000 if a optimal level,
It's
which are people
optimal,
are,
yes.
and people are having 15,000 steps, their heart is working very well.
And also you don't impact your joint like a run.
Yeah.
And so when you walk, you can walk even 20,000, 30,000 steps, say walking wherever you like or in the morning. You don't even realize it. There is no impact on your joints, your muscle.
As being a player, as a
preserve.
martial artist player, we used to have a lot of, because I was having a medal because of that. I need to train, and we were pushing 5-10,000 just kicks by having a full heavy body weights and all that, and we would have to train like 5 to 4 days. But in also that same time, it was a full recovery day for 3 days, 2 days. You need to sleep. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to lift, because that makes because it's all hits. It's already, cortisol is very high. You need to rely down, and that's what I say. When the people are coming with a high cortisol level by working in offices and they're already stressed, and you make them, okay, box jumps, let's do it, let's do the burpees,
Yeah.
and uh, I feel like, okay, lift, let's straightly, I'm not against if people are programming it properly. I'm not against any exercise. I'm not against any specific thing, but I'm always thinking, did they program properly? Did they really think about, again, the two circles,
Yes.
like goals? Did they literally read them? Did they
Yes.
really assess them? How it matters?
Yeah, I can say something like very controversial, but if you, in 1 week, let's say, if you have every day 15,000 steps, if you go running for 1 hour a day, every day, you for sure will have a better body. Okay. If you walk 15,000 steps regularly every day, than if you run 1 hour every day.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure about that,
Yeah.
because you will have more muscle, because running will burn your muscle, walking will instead keep your muscle. So
Yeah.
you'll have higher metabolic rate, and you will burn calorie at low rates, and then you will burn calorie also when you sleep. When you run, no, again, you will teach your body to use muscle as a source of energy, and you will produce cortisol. I'm pretty sure about that, and that's my thing. Again, as you said, I'm not against it. You can do it if you are an athlete, if you want to train. This, you train endurance, you train another thing, you
Yeah.
train conditioning. I do conditioning, but more than conditioning, you need to build muscle first. If you have muscle already, okay, train your heart as well. But if you want to train your heart because you want to lose fat, you want to burn fat, lose weight, that's exactly
Very, very
opposite.
easy way. I
Okay.
always remember to, I teach my clients like this. uh their heart is a muscle, and this is working like that.
Yeah.
And when you're doing hits, it's working like that. And when it's going faster, as you want to train your biceps in full range of motion, I'm not, it's also contact, like, it's a very big thing. People are saying, okay, you can train in half. Yes, you can train in half, but full range of motions gives you a proper mobility and gives you bigger range of motion. And the same thing goes with the heart. When you're training your heart in an optimal level of 70 to 60%, which is walking, people are walking in that, in full range of, you train your heart to like pump more blood, bigger muscles of, like, heart became better muscle, and you're training it in a way to make it stronger.
Yes.
Okay, you are just pushing the blood faster, the heart need to be work faster, but you need to be more in scientific way. Which energy system, what are you doing, what are your goals? Not against, again, but if you, I think about, as a human, when we were like behind, like our ancestors,
Yes.
they were not just chopping the wood all 9 hours.
Or
They
were
chop a
carrying
wood for, yeah,
heavy
yeah, and
weapons,
and they
and
were just chopping a wood maybe for 2 hours, 3 hours, but they were gliding, sliding,
yes,
pushing, farming, and that
functional,
was a functional. That was
heavy
70 to
heavy
80%
stuff.
of
They were
heart
always
rate.
carrying
Yeah.
heavy stuff. Yes.
So yeah, but it's a kind of a big point, but the thing is, like, people literally need to go through it, like, and people,
I mean, it's again one of the biggest mistakes I still see in fitness. Like, people think that they get results doing all these hits, doing all these classes, sweating. Yes, that is good to release endorphins. So they sell you that you will enjoy, you will feel good. You say, "Oh, it doesn't work out, and I feel good." That's for sure, because you're releasing endorphins and dopamines. But to get results, again, food is the most important thing. Strength training, build muscle, This is what make your body look good, and also your mental health, because everything also comes with it, right? The sleep, the nutrition helps you to have, and the proper training helps you to have a good mental health as well.
Yeah.
And the sleep as well, another important thing. And again, like walking already, people that walk already have done 50% of the work.
Yeah.
Okay, if you walk 10,000 steps
10,000,
a day,
yeah.
every day,
Yeah.
you're done already 50% of the work. The other probably 20-30% is the food, and then you add some muscle. You're done with it. It's less complicated than what
So
you think, for sure.
do you think like people need to make so much of complex in their mind? Like what I feel, it's okay, but so much it's literally complex words for me. Vegan, carnivores. Optimal food is the best food because okay, it's my choice to be vegetarian, but in that I just take my macros, taking care of my macros. Like my macros is more important, putting a lot of hustle in my mind just to how to be a fit and all that. So what, like that's what I felt like. What's about you? Like what do you want to check about
You
that?
think like you ask me about the best foods.
No. I'm not talking the best food. I feel like people are so much in the words. Words mean like you are saying vegan.
Oh, yes.
I am so much vegan. Or I say my
Because they
vegetarian
get
because I'm
brainwashed by by someone else about that.
carnivore.
It's
Big
not.
names. I'm respecting those names, but I am not saying a lot of pressure in your mind should be there. It's about the macros.
Again, I try every
it?
diet. I mean, and again, I eat very clean. I eat very like simple.
Yeah.
And again, the more simple you eat and you cook, the better. Like for me, I mean, you're vegetarian, but sorry if I say that, but for me, like eggs and steaks are the best. The best food. Like cooking a steak take literally 5 minutes. Boiling some eggs, literally, yeah. Say, oh, something is boring. No, it's not boring, because then you can add your vegetable, you can add your olive oil, your salt, pepper, or whatever you like, as long as those dressing are not like
I get it.
over fat
Get
and
it.
everything. Because somebody also, I see, like people like, okay, oh, I had the salad, but then you see they on the salad they put on top a lot of dressing, which has more calorie than the salad itself.
Yeah.
So also those things you have to be mindful. And snacking, most of the calories people don't realize they hit is during snacks,
Yeah.
like the coffee that they have with the sugar, or again the sweets that they have, the chocolate, or the morning cereal, which are killers to me. All those things. Think about snacks. You can snacks blueberry or a Greek yogurt, or even a slice of cheese, or a fruit, or an avocado, or nuts. That would be the best for me, the best snacks, and will give you nutrients and keep you also you full. And that's the
That's the
most
same
most
thing. I
important thing.
remember like I there's one of a big good influencer like Glucose Goddess. Have you seen? I don't know. She's always
I heard
yeah,
about
she's
it.
always talking like how you put your food in a way that you can have how you put your food in a way like how you can have a less like insulin like your how your insulin works, how your like glucose like all those words she's telling in a very good way. And the best advice what I felt in whole watching those episodes, like fiber,
Yes, absolutely.
protein, fat, carbs.
Carbs, yeah. Carbs are always the
Like
last thing. You don't need
you
that.
just need to you just need to eat like that.
Yeah.
Even in one meal, fiber, protein,
Yeah.
like maybe a little bit up and down I'm doing, but I think so it's somehow is
And
similar.
this,
Yeah.
to me, water.
Yeah.
Like,
And then it is all simple and calorie deficit, and just the
it
life
comes
became
if you
easier.
eat clean.
Yeah.
The caloric deficit, believe me, comes by itself.
Yeah.
If you eat clean and you eat the food that you like, again, even if you're vegetarian or whatever, you will be in caloric deficit if you don't eat junk, and especially if you don't eat junk in the morning. Because people think, oh, I had the breakfast, they had orange juice, cereal,
Yes.
like half an hour after they woke up, they will be hungry all day. They will spike the insulin level.
I always think like uh, the the sugar drink or your orange juice you are having, it's is
like,
it like pure sugar?
it's crazy. I mean, if you want to have, again, when I have carbs, you like your slice of bread, have them maybe later in the day or even in the afternoon, right? Don't have in the morning. Like whatever in the morning you can have. I mean, again, even fruits, they have sugars. You can have a yogurt, you can have maybe some nuts, or just not eat at all. Have a glass of water and whatever. That's my trick is in the morning, since I was really young, was drinking. I still do it.
Water. Yeah.
Half liter of water as soon as I wake up. First thing,
Yeah.
every of my eyes, water. Okay, so I flush my body. I go to toilet. I clean all my kidneys, and and then I can start the day. And then if you're really hungry, I mean, if you ate a proper meal at night, you won't be hungry. If you're really hungry, have a Greek yogurt or, whatever, but try to avoid having especially cereals or bread or those things in the morning. Wait 4 or 5 hours, and then, and you'll see there, you leave space for those calories for later on in the day. Because if you put already in the morning 600-700 calories in the body, you already are 600-700. Then you have, all day, you still have to eat a lot of things, which will probably go over the calorie intake that your goal is saying to it. So yeah, that's very important hack that you can do in the avoid for 4 or 5 hours, the first 4 or 5 hours of the day. Avoid to eat carbs, sugars, and
Yeah.
those things. In Italy we have a problem. Like, I don't have it anymore. I used to have, because it's just traditional culture to have a croissant in the morning. That is the worst thing you can do. Like croissant and coffee with sugar.
It's
Obviously, we hungry all day.
Italy have a very good food.
This
This is something
true,
like, this is a beautiful, like, you can say, like, one of the best place to eat. You can say that.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, again, the ingredients in Italy are very genuine as well.
Yeah.
Even if you eat pasta, if you eat pizza, even the flour they use, the olive oil, everything is genuine. So compared to big city or rest part of the world where I've been, all the ingredients are more genuine. You can see even the pasta has only 3 ingredients. Okay, there is no chemicals in most of cases. There is no chemicals and process.
Your specific place in Italy, where? Any?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm from Puglia, like southeast coast.
Okay.
Opposite Greece, yeah. Albania, Greece, opposite, yeah. The area, and again, the in there the food is very simple. Okay, we have very good.
I'm flying there next in September, so maybe you can tell me what to eat.
Sure. Fish as well. Fish. I mean, I eat a lot of fish, but I'm not really a fan of fish. But in South Italy, especially in Puglia, they have very, very good tradition eating fish. Like even like seafood and fish. It's amazing.
Looking forward. Like, we are going towards the mountains in
Dolomites. Oh, Dolomites. So that's north.
We're going towards there.
Far away from me, probably. Yeah, but I know they have, again, very, very genuine food as well.
That's what I've listened. That I'm looking forward. Actually,
everything. I mean, mostly everything. It's still genuine, and that's the good thing of Italy. I mean, you eat a lot of carbs, but luckily there is not many processed food yet. There is not many chemicals yet in the food, because you think the worst thing is corn syrup, which you find in every single packet food right now nowadays. And that's the worst thing.
So you think there's like in Italy there is a healthy pizza, healthy pasta, or something like that? It is there, or because
there is. I mean, pasta is not unhealthy. If you eat like a good quantity, say with, again, maybe cheese, some protein, is not unhealthy. Actually, it keeps you full, right? And again, you can eat, obviously not in the morning. You can eat at night, or you can, as long as you eat your protein intake. If you already ate, say, 120 grams of protein during the day, right, you will be already full. So the quantity of pasta you're gonna eat at night will be small and will be fine. It'll be a good quantity of carbs, because pasta has also fiber, depending on the flour they use to make it. And again, just water, flour, and that's it. But the pasta, I see some pasta of other brands also, like in other countries, foreign countries, you see the ingredients behind, and you see maybe there is 20 ingredients. You say, no, that's not pasta anymore. Like, it should be, again, fresh pasta, like genuine.
So if you want to eat healthy pasta, as you're from Italy, I was really asking, you want to eat healthy pasta or a healthy pizza, so what should be
again, I am probably different from most of people, because I'm very simple. For me, pizza is margherita. It's just like mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella cheese, or buffalo mozzarella, and tomatoes. And pasta the same. Pasta, like tomato sauce and cheese. It's very simple. Obviously, you can put basil as well. oregano, these things. But many, obviously, most Italians, they eat maybe ragu, so they have meat in the tomato sauce, but it's still homemade. They homemade it, so it's still genuine. It's not like the pre-made sauces. They again,
I can tell you after I come back, I can tell you it's a big difference. Like, because I've listened, it's a big difference between pizzas, what you are eating there, and what you are eating here, and the pasta, and they are much more healthier than what you. I have also listened that.
Yes,
That's why.
Pasta for sure. There is big difference. Even pizza. I mean, pizza here in Dubai, you find many places that make very, very awesome pizza. I have to say,
healthy and awesome,
healthy as well. Like it's never 100% healthy pizza, but good. The problem is the cheese, because in there, obviously, the cheese here gets imported. Is it fresh?
Is it that food is like a local food, like pizza and pasta, like it's grew up as a local, like, or it's sees as a? I'm curious. It sees as a fast food in the Italy, or it sees as like a main food, like how it sees.
No, it's not. Fast food is a culture that we do not have in Italy. Although now there is in the big cities there is some McDonald's, like some fast food, but they like you don't find as many as in normal city around the world. No, it's not seen as fast food. Pasta is seen as a lunch meal. So most of people, they eat pasta for lunch.
Okay.
And and then they eat like more meats. I mean, fish at night. I mean, usually then now it varies depending obviously on the different lifestyles or people. But pasta is in the culture. Unfortunately, is every day. People eat pasta every day. If you eat just pasta, okay, again, with tomato sauce, with a good sauce, with a good quantity of cheese, it's okay. The problem is that they don't just eat that. They eat also bread on top of it, and then they eat fruits after, and then maybe they eat the second. So they eat the second course after. So in Italy, they have two big meals. Lunch, they have a croissant in the morning, which makes them hungry, and then they get to like lunchtime, super hungry, and they eat maybe first course, second course, pasta, and then fruits after.
Got it.
And after, again, big fasting, 6-7 hours, and then at night, again, they eat, maybe something else. They have a big dinner. I would rather, than I learn, obviously, traveling, I would rather eat more meals, like small meals in a day, and, keep my metabolism active. There's another thing you can do. But again, everything depends. It's subjective. That's what I always say. The key is always try to eat genuine foods and get that protein intake. Eat clean. So that's the base for me. I eat real food. Also, you see in my post, I would say, eat real food, eat clean. Eat real food, eat clean. Then it's up to you. And avoid the chemicals, avoid the processed food, which is what gives people the main issue for, say, weight loss, fat loss, and all those things.
Wonderful sharing, actually. So let's decode the nonsense. What I always do with my people. What you feel you should talk first 2-3 topics, first 3 things which you really want to tell people that it's nonsense in fitness, in health, in anything.
There is many, but again, one I already mentioned before is the conception that you need to sweat and you need to work hard. You work out like every day hard in order to get results, or sweat, or do too much cardio. So this, to me, is the wrongest thing you can do. Okay, the best thing is doing little things consistently. Okay, maybe work out every day, but even half an hour, but do proper exercises.
Like, you just don't need to always push yourself. You need to eat well, live well, and have a good, healthy workout.
Forget about cardio is a way to lose fat and lose weight. The best way, again, to lose fat, lose weight, look good, is building muscle. Okay? But that doesn't mean that you need to look huge and big. It's very hard to build muscle. Even, especially women, they think they lift this, I look like a man. No, it's not like that. The woman, they look like big. You know how much work they put, how much they eat, how many supplements they take to build this muscle. Okay, you need to build the frame also, because after 40, we gradually lose muscle. So we need more muscle, especially after 40, after
Yeah.
50. Because it's easy to be fit when you are 20, when you are 30. I am 42. I already feeling after 40 that it's harder to maintain this muscle. I go to the
Yeah.
gym, work out every day, whatever. But it's more difficult now. And because your body will gradually lose it. So the goal is keeping them, okay? Keeping the frame of your body, and also keep the quantity of muscle that will help you to have a good metabolism and be metabolically healthy, which is the real pandemic of this century, is that most people are metabolically unhealthy, okay? And that happens because they have high fat, low muscle mass. So try to balance those things, increase the muscle, reduce the body fat, and that's how it's done.
I feel like, and now the second thing is like what I already listened, the second nonsense. You cannot make a good physique by functional, by kettlebell. It is something which is
I mean,
not
why
true.
they say that? I don't know.
I don't know. I was mostly functional and I have a very good physique. Okay, I don't know. I stopped because of my work nowadays. But yeah, that's true. I need to be again consistent. But this thing is like what I feel functional gave me the best physique, best movement.
Do they see athletes? I mean, do they see track and field?
Yeah.
Probably the best physique is the 100 meters sprinters, right?
Yeah.
Of course, they spend time in the weight room or whatever. They are machines, and they build a physique more with sprinting, because sprinting, not like running. Okay, pay attention to this. Sprinting is another good thing that you can do. Instead of doing 1 hour running, you do 10 sprints, okay, of 100 meters. Is much better. It will
You need more muscles,
it
your
will build
explosion to
muscle.
do it.
It will give a hormone as well, hormone growth as well. It's amazing. Okay, sprinting instead of, for example, for running, I would suggest that walk and sprint. The goal again is sprinting when you'll be 60.
Yeah.
The gymnast again, calisthenic. Have they seen calisthenic athletes?
Big frame. I was
Like
having gymnastic. I was having big shoulders that time. Proper
unbelievable. Like, and they never lift weights. They don't even know. They didn't go to the gym most of the times. In Dubai, they go, but they have calisthenic gym because it's hot outside.
Yeah.
But seriously, they have incredible bodies. You see also, I don't know. You think about even basketball players and NBA players.
Yeah.
They spend time in the weight room, but they build that frame because of all the functionality. They train functionally. They don't spend time on the machine. Machines are good for isolation. And again, I respect a lot bodybuilders, natural bodybuilders, because they are probably the best dietitians, and they do a lot of sacrifice with the diet, and they know how to build muscle, again, with progressive overload, isolating them, okay? But functionality is even better because you work on compound moves, okay? And compound moves help you more to build muscle.
Yeah.
Again, what builds muscle also is, again, quantity of protein and the progressive overload. And with functional training, I mean, think about a simple move, a goblet squat, okay? Or even a lunge with a kettlebell, just walking lunges with a kettlebell, okay? You do 5 sets of walking lunges with, say, 16 kg kettlebell per side. Do 5 sets, try. It's already killing your legs, all right?
Yeah.
Then once you do it for 1 month, do it with 20 kg or do 6 sets. Try. And then you see, you come to tell me that it doesn't build muscle instead of being on or putting pressure on the spine with a barbell and whatever. Again, do things that are meant to be, to be doing for a human body. Say all this trend of the squats, deadlift. Yeah, okay, squats, deadlift, and deadlifts are good, but if done properly, how many people of the general population you think can squat perfectly or can deadlift perfectly? It's very hard to teach a hinge to normal population or teach a squat. Again, teach a lunge, because that's the way you walk. You don't run or walk like a kangaroo, like you squat. No, you walk 1 foot at a time. So this is what you have to teach, like the coordination and again, as you said, functional training to me is key of everything. Now, if you want to tell me with functional training you can't build like a bodybuilder physique to go Mr. Olympia competition or to look like Arnold, of course you cannot that way. But again, mostly of people that compete also are not natural. They take other things or chemicals or steroids or stuff, and obviously they achieve those physiques because of that. But if you want to look like naturally, like, and build a big frame and a good physique, functional training to me, compounds move are the best thing, you can do. Yeah.
Third. What is the third nonsense? What do you want to break it?
Yeah, again, there is many, but one more says I think here we're gonna hit again the nutrition, okay?
Yeah.
And the focus that many trainers have, they tell you, okay, calories, be in caloric deficit, okay? Get the protein shake, get the protein bar, get this, get that. It's this instead of that. To me, this is nonsense. I mean, eat again real food, because you can go like there was a time I was drinking a lot of protein shake and whatever. So because I didn't have time to cook when I was in Singapore, I was always out all day. I was drinking a lot. I was ripped. Probably my body fat was like 6%. I was literally ripped, but I wasn't feeling good the way I am now. And then I stopped. I started saying, okay, now I find the time to cook maybe a salmon, or to cook like a fish, to cook a steak, or to cook proper meal. Okay? Because you need the nutrients and not the chemicals in your body. Of course, if you someone says, oh no, drink Diet Coke because it has 0 calorie. What? I mean, it doesn't matter. It has 0 calories. Look what behind, okay, what the label behind the can says, and there is so many ingredients that you cannot even unspeakable. They have unspeakable names you cannot even pronounce. Okay, you're gonna put in your body, and then they are linked. There is study, there is science. It's not me, Sav, they're saying that, but they are linked to so many heart disease, gut disease, autism, and other things that have been proven that, a lot of these processed chemical in the foods um, then generate.
Yeah.
So for me, stop saying, oh, just cut calories and being caloric deficit. That's not sustainable. Try to cut calories, but in a sustainable way. Okay, eating real food, eating what you like, maybe removing something that is too fatty, okay, and you enjoy too much, or reducing it. Instead of eating every day, you eat 3 times a week first, and then you eat 1 time a week. Or maybe you replace you like your Kit Kat for example, in the middle of the day, replace that with the blueberries or with the fruit, with something else. Small steps, small things. Okay. To me, the other thing that I don't believe is, again, no nonsense, a quick transformation. I can transform my body. Easy, doing 20 in the 30s, but then come to me at my age, come to me in my 50 and see the way you are at that age, right?
As you say, also I was reading about, you send me, you are being your own doctor kind of a thing. So then can you decode that word, like, for us, as I already understand, you're talking about the food, consistency, walking, you're your own doctor. But in the same time, as being age of being 25 years, you started at the small age, you became at 42, and it's a big journey, huh? It's like already 2 decades, like more than that, actually, in that. Yeah, so so it's more than that. So what do you think, is it recovery workouts change, or either the training regime changes to time, or is it the same consistency, same force, or it goes better, it goes down, or what is your approach like?
My approach.
Yeah, your approach.
Well, to be honest to you, I was, and I felt in my best in my prime in my probably 38 to 40. At 40, I was in my super prime, because I mean, obviously, again, since I was probably 12, 13, I was doing activities, playing football, go to the gym, do a million of things, but you have a super high metabolism, so you can eat what you want. And then in my 20s, even before my 20s, I was partying and drinking alcohol, which I don't do anymore, and do a lot of things. But again, you have high metabolism, very easy to maintain muscle. And then when I improved, like literally improved my workouts, my nutrition, was in my 30s. Because in my early 30s, 29, 30s, I start then to improve drastically my nutrition. Again, focusing more on eating more proteins, my progressive overload. Before, I was training just for the pleasure of training and play sport, but in my 30, I really focus on the details. So learn better how to progressively overload my muscle, learn to train more my strength, okay, and to build that frame. And that obviously helped me. My metabolism went even higher, because obviously I built, as I said before, I built more muscle. Now, 40, I was in my prime. After 40, I felt, and I feel right now, that obviously it's a little bit hard to grow muscle. If you see me a couple of years ago, I was a little bit bigger. I mean, a little bit for the injury I had, so I cannot lift as heavy as before, or do like handstand push-ups, or hard kind of like challenge push-up or things. But slowly, I will come back to that. I know. I feel even nutrition-wise, it's like harder. I have to be more attentive. I mean, I always had six-pack, luckily, but now it became harder to maintain that, because obviously after 40, uh, your testosterone level drop a little bit, and your metabolism drops a little bit. So yeah, you have to be more attentive. But again, the more, if you build that frame, if you build those muscle, then that is easy achievable.
Wonderful.
That's why I say, even if you've never been at the gym in your 20s, in your 30s, you don't know anything, 40, even 50, it's the best time.
I've seen people getting ripped at 70.
Absolutely. It's the best time to start. And,
Yeah.
Again, 20, 30s, everybody would do it. Again, I was, having my 20s, I was partying and drinking and doing, a lot of parties and stuff, sleeping bad. Now I don't do, it's been 15 years. I don't party. I don't drink alcohol at all those things, right? At that time, I was super ripped. I wasn't like big as I am now, but I was super ripped. I was super energetic and whatever. But if I had that lifestyle now, I can guarantee you that I wouldn't look like that.
Yeah.
I would be more, maybe a little bit overweight, or skinny fat, or whatever. Yeah.
Let's talk about the longevity. Like, what do you think, like, as being what you talk about already, people who are who have a better lifestyle, people who are in 80s, 90s, or the people who are coming up. Of course, I think you'll be mentioning the people who are more functional will be better workout. But what do you think? What is the major thing you want to take from the past? Major thing you'll bring it, and what are the things which is nowadays you'll try to put this in the past? Like, what are the best thing? What
Yeah.
you will?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I always talk about, look at the past. Exactly. There was no supplements. There was no fancy gyms. There was, no processed food. Okay. Well, people used to die way earlier because we didn't have the medicine. We didn't have many, cures and knowledge that we have today. But the strongest ones at that time, you see the warriors. Think about the statues, the Greek warriors, the Vikings, the Romans, and think about the statues. Look at the statues, the way they were built. Yeah, they had incredible physics because they were, again, carrying heavy armors and swinging, rotating in 3 different planes of motion, like swords and heavy weapons. Okay, and they were carrying stuff every day. They were eating only what Mother Earth were giving, were providing them. So they were eating, again, food that they were hunting, like beasts. They were eating eggs. They were eating vegetables, and they were, there was no processed food. Okay, there was no such thing. So they were eating what the earth was providing, and that's why most of them, they look ripped. Those that were wealthy, because there was also famine and a lot of things in many places in the world where people they actually couldn't eat. But the strongest, look at the warriors, the way they were built. So we should learn from them nowadays.
About
they didn't need
about
fancy
the
gym.
food, about the so what you will be taking that again. The one thing, if you want to take it from them, food. If you want to change,
No, but because I would take food as for sure, because they were hunting
Yeah.
massive base and eating a lot of, again, protein and meats and giant food rich in nutrients. Okay,
Yeah.
whole foods.
Yes,
But they were
More
like building their body again
functional.
in the nature,
Yeah.
like moving a lot. They had to go and walk 10 kilometers, for example, to get water, and they had to walk another 10 kilometers to go hunt.
Yeah.
And and
More
they were
easy the life is going on, more the people are getting weaker, kind of.
Exactly.
A thing.
Then again, you have to be, as you said, that connected to what you said before. You have to be a doctor yourself. To me, the medicine and the doctor should be the last resort. If you have a good lifestyle, okay, eat properly, you move daily, the sunshine, very important as well. The vitamin D you get from the sunshine, good hydration, water, drink more water is always my motto, is everything. you probably, most likely you will not see a doctor many times in your life. Okay? The doctor will not tell you this thing. Tell me how many doctors, they say, what do you eat? Or how much you sleep? No, they just are taught, and they study for that. They go to university because they teach them to give you the best cure, the best medicine. That's how the system works, to make you feel better, to get you, to remove that disease. But then you don't know, because you're taking medicine that might create another disease, because you think always, the pharma company, every customer cured, okay, sorry, every patient cured is a customer lost, so that's what I think. Then there is great doctors as well. They are more holistic doctors, and the first things they do is, what do you do for lifestyle? How much do you work? How well do you sleep? How stressed you are? What do you eat daily? How much water you drink? So these are the things that in most of cases, don't get me wrong, most of cases, they will keep you healthy. Then obviously there is also genetics, there is all the things that influence your health. And again, the doctor should be the last, need to always get checked, but should be the last resort. And to me, my personal thing, I mean, you don't have to do that, but to me, I will listen and go to the doctor only when I need something, say, that to repair something's already happened in my body. See, I had a broken tendon, and I had to go to the doctor for that. Yeah, but for general health, I prefer to do research by myself and see the best food that work for my body. Okay. Obviously,
but I just want to say, people, like, research doesn't mean that you're opening ChatGPT and having a medicines, guys. So this is not something like what you should do it. People are always so much often in that. They just open it and just try to research the best supplements, and they start giving up on themselves. That it's also scary for me, actually.
No supplements or medicine. No, I never said. I mean, the food, the food and the nutrients that you need.
Food is a medicine.
Food is a medicine. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, eat protein, eat fibers, as you said, already done like 80% of the work, right?
Yeah.
And you can find, again, the real medicine and nutrients that your body needs in every single food. Okay, think about, like, again, avocado, the good fats and the amino acid, and the pumpkin seeds, and the walnuts for brain health, and I don't know, like the salmon with the omega-3 for your heart. I mean, there is every food can help you, and with its own nutrients, to fix problem in your body. Obviously, once is degenerated to a state where you cannot fix it with the food anymore, then is when you go to doctor. Get my point? I mean, if you are a good doctor of your own self, okay, if you train properly, you likely won't go to a doctor to say, oh, I have headache today, I have this. Like, don't. My suggestion is, don't go to a doctor at the first symptom. Like, you have a headache, you take a pill. No, that's the wrongest thing, because then something else is going to happen. You have a headache, maybe find out why you have a headache. Maybe you didn't sleep well, or maybe you eat a food that affects you. Okay? You feel down, go for a walk. You feel lower back pain, try his mobility workout. Okay, go stretch. Okay, this is the thing. There's so many ways that you can feel better. Okay, that you can do by yourself, like on your own. Like, people, I see, especially here in Dubai, people, the first headache or the first lower back pain, they want to go to the specialist and take medicine and this and that. I mean, why spend money? Why, instead of spending money, maybe go for a walk first, try to stretch, try to drink more water. Then, if the symptom persists, then it's when you go to the doctor. I mean, you get my point.
Totally right.
So,
got it.
But I think, I mean, many people nowadays, they just want to pay money. They think, okay, I pay a good physiotherapist, so I pay a good doctor, and they're gonna fix my lower back. No, if you go to good physiotherapy, you buy for a section, maybe it's gonna fix that for for 1 week, 1 month. But then if you do the same crap every day with your lifestyle, okay, it's going to come back. Okay? So it's good going to the physiotherapist, but it's always you that you have to change something in your lifestyle. If your lower back persists, or if your headache persists, it's that's the way I think.
Totally right.
So,
Rapid fire round.
Good.
Some few questions for you. Post-workout meal.
Meal.
Yeah.
Again, supplements. Not a fan of that, but something that I would always take, which is natural, is creatine. Creatine has also benefit for the brain,
Okay.
and very important also to build muscle to recover faster, especially at our age. I take it personally in the morning. We have already creatine in the body, in the blood, but we don't produce enough for the quantity that our muscle need. As you know, you find creatine in the red meat, which you cannot eat like 1 kg of red meat to get the quantity of creatine that you need.
You already answered my second rapid fire.
Post-workout, again, I'd rather eat carbs after workout. I would rather work out with empty stomach or with a little bit, maybe just some nuts, peanut butter, something like that. They give me some fat, avocado, they give me some energy. But I would rather eat carbs after the workout, because you burn after.
Supplement you believe in.
Again, creatine for sure, number one.
One thing you will be removing from the gym forever.
Treadmills. or elliptical machines. Yeah. Or what else? Let me think now.
Remembering the treadmills were the torture in the jails, or started as a torture machine in the jail, so people used to walk and.
No, I mean, if you want to have a walk or sprint, go outside.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, go
But
outside.
it's useful in Dubai, no? It's
in Dubai, yes, in Dubai for sure, 100% you need the treadmills. In places where the weather doesn't allow you to walk outside, treadmills. Well, good. I was joking, but I don't know. Let me think. There is. I mean, if I don't have space, probably I would remove a Smith machine. I will remove.
Yeah.
I will remove many machines. I will keep probably a leg press. I will keep probably leg extension. I will keep probably a back extension, bench, but maybe a cable machine I will keep. But I will remove many machines. I will rather fill it up with monkey bars, TRX, rings, kettlebells, dumbbells, all these things. So,
most underrated exercise.
If you ask me, I mean, Turkish get up. Turkish get up is, if you ask me to do one exercise for life, Turkish get up is but it's hard. It requires skill for everybody. To me, most underrated walking lunges. So walking lunges
or Turkish get up.
Yeah, but I mean, for everybody, walking lunges.
Okay, for you, it's Turkish get up.
For me, personally, Turkish get up is the best. Underrated, right?
Yeah.
Overrated. There's many overrated. We're gonna open
one exercise you want to remove from the list of the most of a trainer's brain.
There is 3. Static planks. The static planks, clearly like awful exercise. Not everybody knows how to engage your core, so 95% of the people won't know how to do a static planks. You can add and have a million variation of better planks to activate your core. Russian twist, where they remove cancel completely. It's just pressure on the spine, and useless rotations, which you can do much better again with the kettlebell, with the march, or you can rotate from a plank. You can do so many million better things than a Russian twist. And then number 3, burpees and side bends. Again, spine breakers. Spine breakers. There is so many good exercise that you can do. Again, depends the people, but think about, I talk about always general population.
Yeah.
I mean, a burpee, this is not just me. You can do a research and see how many doctors, physiotherapists, they talk about, the damage on the spine and the arch, the back on the burpees, especially because many people, you see, they come up with those feet claws, which compress the spine. I mean, again, if you don't have a proper coordination to do a burpee, why you have to put them to do a burpee, right? Go for a sprint or teach them how to come up from a work greater stretch, step forward, and then come up. But these things. But there is many overrated, underrated exercise. I always say in fitness, everything depends. It's subjective depending on the people. This is what works for me.
Sure.
So yeah.
Cheat meal.
I don't have many. I struggle. Like I love pizza again, it's Italian, but I eat simple pizza. So I eat like a margherita, which well still high in calorie, but not as heavy as others. And I love peanut butter. Sometimes I mean peanut butter is great because again it's natural, it's high in protein, but it's damn high in fat. So you get a lot of fat from peanut butter. Again, you want to build muscle, you're going to be in caloric surplus, so it's a good thing. But sometimes I overdo peanut butter, so it's obviously then you have to burn more, work more, and do. And one more thing, it's obviously easier, okay, to eat less calories than burning them, right? So if you are attentive to what you put into your plate, okay, it will be much easier than to than burning them, doing workouts, walking 20,000 steps, and and killing yourself burning those calories. So mine always that, yeah.
Wonderful. Like it was like I feel like it is. I always say like why I name this as a what's code is being like to decode in a simple way for the people they can understand, and you really helped it. I feel like if people just stick to the basic, these small terms, they are there.
Yeah, I think maybe I'm not as good, to express myself and what I want to
That's why
say many times.
that's why what I want to do it like people we are coming with walking with you to the to your
Yes.
shopping journey and your
Yes.
working out journey. So that's what we are going to do with you actually.
I try to think with other people mind, because the way I eat, if you see sometimes I post, for me, just a plate with 6 eggs and some fresh salad, a little bit of olive oil, and just a cut avocado, it's already a meal for me. And 2 slices of bread, like toasted bread, for me is just like a meal that satisfies me. But I know that for many people, okay, especially in Asian culture, it's way hard to eat that meal, because they will tell me, oh, that is tasteless. I understand that. For me, that is super tasty. So since I was a child, I've never been complicated. It's simple. So I understand that for me, I have an advantage from that point of view. And sometimes I want to apologize to people. For me, this is already a good meal for me.
Even I'm from
I enjoy it.
Asian culture, like my I born and brought up in a family in Asia, in India, which is full of spices. But in my home, there was no less spices. We don't use red chili. Uh, People will be shocked. Like we don't use red chili. Might be the green chili sometimes. So it's fresh green chili was cut in the food actually. Salt, black pepper, and mostly the things were not used and used as a herb in the food.
Yes.
Not herbs, like the spices were used as a herb for the food. Like you cannot eat specific herbs in the night, and you cannot have specific herbs in the morning. So mom was the one who was doing this, and I really miss it after being coming in
But
Dubai.
like
This
you
is
talk about
something.
spicy, like again, for maybe
I cannot eat
my
spicy.
buds, my tongue bud are just different. Me too. I mean, even food that for other people are just tasteless, for me they're super spicy. I mean, maybe I have a taste bad
I
problem.
cannot eat a lot of spicy food.
Me too. I cannot. Like for me, already basil, rosemary, olive oil, salt, Himalayan salt is already a great flavor for me.
Yeah, same actually.
See,
You just have that boiled veggies, a little bit of olive oil, and a little bit of like you just put in
eggs. I eat that
just
every
salt,
day.
and it was nice.
Like again, to me, you ask me this question: what would be the best superfood for me? Like I would always go with
Please tell.
eggs. Like, and people say, oh, high cholesterol. No, eggs have the good cholesterol, which will help you, okay, to lower than the bad cholesterol, right? The LDL, which is the bad one. So will be reduced if you increase the HDL. I did like many times my body check and whatever, and my cholesterol level are literally perfect. My bad cholesterol is super low. My high cholesterol, so my good cholesterol is a perfect level, a high level, good level. And this is because, again, probably I eat eggs every day. And people say, no, the eggs, like the red, is demonized. Okay, like also red meat are demonized, or milk sometimes. No, but it's actually the most nutritious food, especially the red, because the red contains a lot of vitamins, iron, choline. There's so many nutrients that people are trying to find supplements. No, eat eggs.
Yeah,
it's for example,
it'll be great if you will allow us, and if you want, guys,
we'll do.
We will be like want to be with you for one decode the food, shopping, and the working out with you.
Yes, so I would be, very keen and happy to do that. Again, we can work in the supermarket. I
Yeah.
also have an app that they show me in Italy, which you scan the items, and it gives you a score. It gives you whatever it's in the meal that you're buying. There is good, whatever is wrong. How many risk ingredients there are in the food is amazing, and it gives you a score. And sometimes you see those protein bars, so supposedly to be healthy foods, they have a score of like 11 out of 100 or 15 out of 100. And then you see there is some food that you don't expect, like simple food. They have like even a jar of organic peanut butter has 100 of 100 because they have zero risk ingredients inside. All this stuff. It tells you the quantity of protein, the quantity of fibers, the quantity of risk ingredients inside, how many calories as inside. So it tells you all the things. And again, since I'm using that, I never buy things that are below, say, 85 score. So always 85 to 100. 100 is obviously the best. But you see healthy food or cereal. If you scan some cereal, it gets 25, 30. You say, oh, this is supposed to be healthy. And they put them in the healthy sections.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like, and then, you find out so many things that, you'll be surprised. Yeah, let's do it. Let's have a walk in the supermarket.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your
my
all
pleasure.
that journey and all inspiring things and all that hacks for the people and decoding the simplest thing for the people and to make it happen. How the people can reach you?
Well, you have my Instagram account,
Yeah, I'll
which
put it
is put in there blackfrog.fitness. There is another smaller account, which is my backup account, which is blackfrog.fit. But I don't post much there. I post every day on blackfrog.fitness. You can reach me that. I also recently trying to build the YouTube channel, but I also want to again increase my view on YouTube and start do podcasts and not just posting shorts, because on YouTube I just post shorts and workout. I post the daily, but now I want to add more knowledge. I want to add the things that people want to hear, like food, again, nutrition, lifestyles, and other thing. And then if you are in Dubai, again, on Instagram, you can link. There is my email, my WhatsApp. That's the easiest way to get to me. Okay, cool.
To reach Kettlebells, man, guys. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for
My pleasure.
I have some questions, guys.
My pleasure.
So,
Hopefully we can do more than that. Maybe talking about kettlebell training. I didn't talk much about kettlebell training today. We talk about so many more things because kettlebell training is more part of what I do. But I want to go through this maybe in another session, in another podcast we do together, and explain.
If you want ask some questions, just put on comments. So I'll collect your questions and I'll ask Sav in the next time. Thank you so much, guys, for listening up. And if you want more things, just press the button. You know that what it calls.
Yes, and comment, ask questions, Don't be afraid.
Yeah. And thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
It was a very nice conversation, man. Thank you.
My pleasure. Been a pleasure.